Hey everybody, welcome to Dames from the North. We are here doing some more Invisible Sun at long last. I think it's been almost 2 months since our last stream.
Wait, this is Invisible Sun? I'm in the wrong place. No.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel too. Sorry we took so long to get on stream tonight, just a little bit longer to get set up. We are Pierre-less tonight, as you can tell by the lack of height at the table. We are fairly certain he is at home with, I don't know, what do you, actually, you know what, we've done this before. We did this before on our stream for, Betrayal, when I believe it was Phil who missed a game. So we're going to go around the table and we're going to say why we think Pierre isn't here tonight. Now, the one thing I'm going to say right off the top is that it cannot reference Corona. There's way too much Corona panic in the world. I refuse to be a part of contributing to that. So I will tell you right now, he does not have COVID-19. No matter what you might see on Facebook, he does not have that. So, Tim, take it away and tell us why we are missing Pierre tonight. And actually, so let me rephrase that. Why Pierre isn't here.
Missing him? I wouldn't say we're missing him.
I wouldn't say we're missing him. It's like Office Space. I hear you've been missing a lot of... I wouldn't say I've been missing it.
That's what I was quoting.
You know what? It's COVID-19. You heard it here first. First Manitoba case. Go! Tweet that sucker.
Pierre LeBlanc has COVID.
Personally, I think he was caught waiting in line to take money out of an Interac machine, and the bank got robbed, or the ATM got robbed, so he got hurt badly because somebody beat him up.
Wow, that's dark.
That's darker than COVID-19.
I mean, we're sitting here making cracks about COVID-19, and you're sitting here as like you got beat up at the bank.
He got beat up at the bank.
By a woman with a blackjack who had a French accent.
There was an incident at a...
Well, that's his character.
That's right.
It's been so long we don't remember.
I know.
There was an incident with him breaking into a convenience store to steal the last roll of toilet paper.
Ooh, there we go.
It's a COVID.
It's
COVID.
Just COVID. It doesn't matter what the rest of you say. It's COVID.
No, but that was a backhanded reference to COVID.
That was a backhanded
No, it has nothing to do with COVID, but it affected his toilet paper supply, and now he just actually needs toilet paper.
See, what actually happened was that, and this is the part that Kevin didn't know, is that when that bank was getting robbed, the robbers were actually robbing it to buy toilet paper for COVID-19 because the only place to buy it in Canada now is on the Russian black market.
So I was talking to the good people at Superstore and the good people at Costco, and they said there's no one's hoarding in Manitoba.
Thank you.
That's good to hear.
No one's hoarding in Manitoba. They're not doing any exceptional stocking. It's just business as usual.
Well, we are proud to say that we here in Manitoba are not hoarding toilet paper because we know COVID-19 does not cause the runs.
Also, we have the Class 4 disease lab, so...
Yeah, if we're going to go, we can go at any time.
Yeah, really, that Class 4 disease lab really scares me sometimes when I drive by it.
So do you guys remember when it first opened and a UPS truck got T-boned at the corner of Arlington and Portage, and they shut down a 4-block radius because guess what it was carrying?
Viruses.
It was carrying Ebola in a regular envelope.
I remember the Lab 4 because when I was running a con suite at KeyCon called Lab 15. No. And I actually got somebody that I know got contacted by the government agency asking whether or not I was a serious threat or not. Because
I hope they said yes.
Because I was because during part of I created this fake website about Lab 15.
no.
And Lab 15 was supposed to be a level 4 kind of thing, and it was hidden and stuff like that. But it was very close to the one. And I referenced an article on CBC about the level 4 lab we have in Winnipeg. And because of that, somebody was contacted and saying, is he a threat?
Wow.
When it comes to stuff like that, all I think about is there's a scene in one of the Edzwing novels written by Aaron Ariston, and they need to get to avoid contact with the bid boss who will recognize them. They need to basically be able to say that their ship is under quarantine so they can pass all the stuff in Star Wars universe back and forth through ships, right?
Right.
But it's just too obvious for them to just go, yeah, all of our guys are sick. So what they end up doing is they go to a planet where one of this other guy's ships that they're going to be meeting with, and they get that ship all sick. So that they can say, well, we've been exposed to this ship, which is sick, so we can't really get exposed to your ship because we'll make you sick. And to make them all sick, they break into a virology lab and get like some sort of benign but really unpleasant pathogen, right? And as they're breaking into this place and leaving, one of the things they find is the equivalent of like a massive incendiary device down at the bottom, like a big plasma bomb, right?
Oh.
Because, if anything goes wrong, they want to make sure that whatever's in this lab doesn't get out.
Right.
So the best way to do that is a high-temperature plasma bomb.
That's right. That makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense, right? Really, it does.
That's all of Delta Green and Call of Cthulhu.
And
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. It's like nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. And I'm sitting there, and every time I drive past it, I'm like, does that one have one? Does it have an explosive device? I'm almost positive it would have to. Right?
Well, they have immolation devices, not explosive devices.
Yeah, that's what they tell us. I'm not sure I believe them.
By the way, CSIS, Pierre doesn't have COVID-19. It's a Lab 15 product.
Yeah, it's entirely different. And whoever you spoke with that told you Kevin was safe, don't listen.
Pick them up. They're a traitor.
Yeah. Oh wait, are we playing Paranoia? So
game.
odd side note. The
Kevin should
shirt
be
you're
fired.
wearing,
Yes.
Louis L'Amour.
Ooh.
I was got a book at Worldcon a couple of years ago, and I'm reading through it. And get to about page 222 in the book, and suddenly at the top of the page, I'm now reading a Louis L'Amour book, page 30. So for the next 30 pages of the book, it's Louis L'Amour. And then suddenly, it's the rest of my book.
And you read 30 pages of this?
I didn't read 30
Okay,
pages of
'cause
Louis
I was
L'Amour.
like, that's pretty cool.
I kind of figured out what was going on. But basically, somehow in the printing, they had swapped a file, swapped a plate. I don't know what they did. But, 200 and some odd pages into this book, it got 30 pages of Louis L'Amour in it.
Has anyone read David Mitchell's Cloud Atlas?
No.
No.
I've seen the movie.
I've seen the movie.
Great book though, but it's divided into 4 sections and time keeps switching back and forth. In the first section, it ends mid-word, mid-sentence.
Interesting.
And you're like, is this a mistake? Like, is there... And you have to go find other copies of the book to find out if this is deliberate. And then, of course, later on, when they come back to that narrative, you pick up
nice.
In the middle of the sentence, it just starts again.
Yeah.
I have a hardcover copy of Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn that I got when that book first came out. Okay? It's autographed. Now, I had it autographed since day one. It was like literally I bought it autographed. I've never met Timothy Zahn until a couple of years ago. And I asked him, so did you autograph a bunch of pre-books and send them out randomly or something? He's like, no. He looked at the signature. That is my signature.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so he and I talked about it for a good hour at this convention. He has no idea.
So what probably happened was they got him to sign blank sheets of paper, which were then imprinted with the title page, and those were tipped in.
We talked about that, and that wasn't done.
Yeah, how many years ago was it?
Well, fair enough.
Because it could just have been
could just
like
be a memory
in the
loss.
midst of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They could have said, "Here, sign all these."
Or it could have been a
But-
forger. Somebody just forged
Yeah,
a
It
signature.
could be, but he bought it brand new.
I brought
on
it
the
brand
first
new
day.
from Kohl's at Grand Park when it
Oh,
opened,
okay.
or when it was released. So I doubt that.
Charles DeLint has a great. You should go look up Charles DeLint and signatures, because he says if you can read my signature, it's a fake. Because every signature looks like a stack of straw, like leaning up against each other, and it's quite amazing.
So let's get to some Invisible Sun before we sit here and chat all night. Not that we couldn't do that.
Yeah, we definitely could.
Let's quickly go around. It's been quite a while. I want to find out who everybody is again and remind our viewers and remind me. You may notice that Tim has his Aria placard that we talked about at our last My Little Pony game. We pulled out all of his placards and started talking about all of his characters at our last game.
Oh.
I've just held on to all my placards.
So tell us about Aria.
Ari Resonance. So Ari can be shortened to Aria. Is a Vance who sings the Earth Song.
Okay.
He's got a recent girlfriend.
Woo!
Exactly. And he's oh, I thought he's actually a second level Vance now, so he's gone up a couple levels.
One level.
One level. Okay.
If he's a second level Vance and he was a level 1 Vance,
Okay.
he's only gone up 1 level.
All right. I thought I got up 2 levels in here, but I'm seeing it says second. Maybe he is third level.
Maybe he is third level.
And you just didn't advance that 1 box. That's a
Maybe.
possibility.
But what else is there to say about him? I guess he's been partially ignoring some of his quest lines for a while, or his things of interest. He's been wanting to find out how to get into the what's it called? Oh, find a way to join the Primal Earth Singers. He actually made about many months ago in sessions. He made a little bit of progress there. Yeah. Basically, he's been following around his friends, helping them out.
Made sense.
Got that mirror demon squared away. No problem.
Bill,
Tell
tell us about Sigmund Bacon.
Sigmund Bacon is a Vance as well. He's he has the head of a Pennib. He lives in a forest that is on a regular suburban street beside other houses. He is covered in small animals. He has caused more problems for the group than any other character in the group. He recently discovered that his house is an independent entity which is traveling around, and something has started to use his house to come into this city or this world, and I'm desperate to figure out what is going on with that. Kevin.
Hi. My character's name is Terminus. He is a maker who walks the path of suns. He was, up until recently, an executioner for the mysterious order of the court. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
But has since, unbeknownst to the party, has basically thrown away his alliance to this mysterious place and order, and instead has taken up the life of a do-gooder to use his skills for the helping of other people in need.
All right. And I am Cliff, the director of this fine game. Well, partial director. You guys are all directors as well, and we're playing a directed campaign written by Montcook Games. Now,
Is it Mont Cook or is it Monty Cook?
I never remember.
I always assume.
He's a good friend, so I just call him Mont.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I have no idea. If you're listening, let us know. If you're
If
not,
his first name is Monty, if it's
We
that's
missed
his first name,
Monte.
if it's his first name,
It
then
is.
then it's probably Monty
Yeah, but if you call him Mont, that's fine.
or Montague or.
ooh, yeah, it could be. Maybe it's a formal game, so it's Montague Cook.
I just read one of his old D20 Call of Cthulhu scenarios.
Have you looked at the Fate of Cthulhu?
No, I have not. Is it good?
It's on the shelf there. It's the new condensed. It's got the new condensed Fate rules.
Oh, cool. Good. I have yet to play Fate, ever.
Oh.
I'm dying to.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We'll be doing it sometime in the near future because I'm going to pull that out probably after we do some Tales from the Loop. And
Cool.
Princess Rockstar game that I picked up. Oh, show it to... It's on the shelf right beside you, Jeff.
Okay.
I just got...
Put it up. Finger it. One shelf up. To your left.
That'll be that way.
Yeah, down.
just got
right
that
beside the pins.
1,000-year-old
Oh,
vampire.
oh my God.
And it is the most beautiful RPG. So that's Princess Rockstar.
It's called The Excellence.
Excellent. Oh, I know this artist too. No, I don't. But it looks
You want to.
very familiar. That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's
You
so
all,
short.
You all play princesses who happen to be in a band.
I've had that in D&D actually.
The all bard party? Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that too. So in this long gap between games, at the end of the last session, I made a big important deal about all of you getting to do some side scenes. And you could do them without me, you could do them with me, you could ask for my help. And we started one with Bill today. Kevin has asked me 3 times, I think, about doing one. Pierre hasn't. And Tim hasn't either. He keeps telling me, I'm trying to think of something. So we're going to take a few minutes tonight and just sort of talk a little bit about side scenes again. Because that's a big part of this game is that you are able to do these. You don't need a GM. The big thing
Oh,
about...
really? Because I'll just write you out my side scene.
You totally can.
Okay, I'll write you out my side scene.
That's
I have
totally
one right.
doable, right? You don't need a GM for these. You can do it with me. The biggest thing about it is it ultimately comes down to one sort of roll, and the roll is done with a flip of the cards rather than a dice roll.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't say it, but my thought around it is, when you're trying to resolve your scene and figure out what your result is, also have a look at the card. There might be some hints in the card as to how you want to resolve it, like you would with tarot, right? You could totally use these for tarot, or at least some variation on it. The big thing is don't don't turn around and go, and I'm a god. Yep, yes I am. Be reasonable, right? Leave it open to some amount of interpretation.
Terminus is God now? Oh!
But I did gain a couple levels since last
he
we spoke.
totally did. He spent a lot of points this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you've finally been leveling, huh?
I finally
He
figured
finally
it out.
figured out how to level.
Yes,
I
it's
have a
all
level.
about the cruxes and the forte.
Well, yeah, there's lots of different things for leveling. There's your
He leveled his forte a bunch.
Okay.
Yes.
yeah, I've leveled
Well,
my main.
the nice thing about
and my
leveling your forte is you also get to put points into your
into-
pools.
Yeah.
Which
Wait,
is
I
what I've
forget
been
how
trying
that
to-
actually works.
Every
So
level
do
of
I.
every level of your forte, you get to add 2 points to your pools. However you want to add them.
Yep.
Or like 2 to Certes or 2 to Qualia? Or...
Well, you get to
Whatever.
add 2 points to the pool, wherever you want to put them.
Oh, okay.
So he bumped his forte up a whole bunch while we were.
Well, not as much as he wanted because.
Well, obviously, but he only has so much forte.
yeah.
All right, so do you guys want to take a few minutes and actually do a bit of a side scene right now for each of you?
I could easily do a bit of a side scene. I mean, it's incorporating my new forte ability.
Sure.
I could actually while I'm at the. I was in the bar car.
You are on the train right
I'm
now.
on the train. I go back to my cabin because I think we all have.
You were no.
Open.
You don't.
No, I got screwed.
Yes, you did. Your ticket got stolen.
And I'm stuck in
You're
third class.
in
or
like
something.
third class steerage.
So I go back to third class steerage.
Okay.
And I slip into a dream. And
So you're just
because
gonna fall asleep in one of the seats?
I'm just going to fall asleep in one of the sleeps, and I'm going to focus on one of the topics that is current to me, and you get to relay to me a new fact that I did not know about it because of the dream that I have shows me something new.
Well, what topic are you looking for?
I would be looking at... What's our quest?
Like
So
I said, like-
Goodman
We
Jonas.
technically haven't really started anything yet.
Well,
we have to arrive at the town and
actually,
then talk to them.
Yeah, so Goodman Jonas has asked us to help his town rid it of the forces of evil, and he's going to pay us in credivitus ice. However, we got on this train, and on this train there's a wealthy person who I'm trying to figure out the name of. There's a guy in armor with
Oh, yeah.
protective aid.
A woman sleeping but has a third eye tattoo, looking around.
And she's got 9 cats. There's a mother with
Yeah.
children. Tommy, I've adopted Tommy, the 10-year-old. I call him Chipmunk Tom.
Grasshopper mischief demons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Griggs, the
Oh.
musical cricket demons.
Man with a black bowler hat and a dog-sized frog.
And there's a transparent woman wearing a headdress, and her ghost smells like death.
And group of goths.
Yes,
black
the 4
clothes.
people in black and silver with the symbol of like a clock or something.
You named them the Invisigoths.
The Invisigoths.
I actually am going to fall asleep thinking about the Visigoth.
Invisigoths.
Visigoths.
Okay.
Visigoths are something else entirely.
Yes, that's true. That's historical.
Yeah.
Could you,
No.
please?
Need some black ones?
I love black ones,
Don't
but
just give him the black
but I
ones.
want more.
Why not?
Because I like the black ones too.
Oh, here, have a black one.
Please do.
Here, have a black
We're having
one.
jujubes.
You should
No,
not
I don't
do
want a bunch
that.
of them.
We all have COVID-19. No.
See, if I do this, then I don't have to keep asking for the bowl. Because these things rock.
All right.
So I'm thinking of these strange group of individuals wearing black and silver with a strange symbol, and I kind of fall into a gentle repose thinking about this symbol that is I do not recognize or think I might recognize from sometime in my past.
Okay. So you are now, just to be clear here, you have gone back to the
Third class.
third class car, which is basically the equivalent of like an airplane car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are. Can you turn your vibrator off?
Sure.
Where you are more or less just sort of, sitting there, right?
Mm.
You tuck in your feet and you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's go the other way. There we go.
you drift off, and the dreams you have are very, very dark. They're it has there's talk of what's the word I'm looking for here? So you like chanting. There's like more.
Some chanting in the background.
The dream itself is like this whole moment of someone being led somewhere by these 4 men that you can't see their faces. They're dressed very similar to the Invisigoths as you've dubbed them. They you see that this space that you've been led to is filled with boxes. And then you feel the room itself sort of fade away, and the wind is just rushing past you, rushing past you, and the last thing that you get from it is this moment where you're standing there, and then suddenly you are flying. And you see what could only be described as a sort of like horrific looking creature that you are falling towards, and it is reaching out to you.
Ooh. And I awake.
All right.
It's my side scene.
That is your your scene on the train. I wouldn't really call it a
Hey,
sightseeing.
hey, buddy, you
Yo.
spilled my drink.
What? What? Huh?
What? You're moaning and twisting, and
Oh, well, I just had this amazing dream.
I don't want to hear about it.
Okay. That was good.
It's immersion, dude.
So we're gonna flip a card, get a sense of what's going on, and we are gonna start off with the sealed door. It is enhancing silver, diminishing gold, and giving bonus to secrets. Who has the enhanced diminish thing? Do any of you still have that?
Yeah,
I have the token.
You have okay, but one of you has an effect from it, don't you?
Oh. Well, I have my movement that has the permanent one plus the one that you can use. My movement's really screwed up. I have a permanent negative, and I have one that you can activate to make it even more negative.
Well, that's because you died.
Yeah, I have like a limp now or something.
That'd be cool. Get a cane.
We all have canes,
I don't think
we?
it- I don't
Canes,
think-
canes
Or
were
actually-
like one of the highest.
Or maybe it's not that I limp, it's that every few steps I take forward, my reality skips backwards about an eighth of a step after every several steps forward. It's like
So you stumble.
So it like throws off my coordination just a little bit. You get used to it, so you can finish your step properly, sort of, because you get your brain sort of knows what to do. Sort of like when you slip on ice, you don't have to think about it. One of your feet just goes back to brace you, so you never fall. But it's like you still slipped on the ice a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Bill,
There we go.
Yes,
you're in
a
the
strange flip
green
thing.
car, aren't you? You were in.
I am. By the way, did you ever name the lion with tusks that showed up at my house?
Well, I did.
oh,
I
Did
don't
it-
think-
Did
I don't
it
think-
introduce itself?
No, it wasn't that polite.
I gathered as much.
So Bill's character is in. Sigmund Bacon is in the garden car. This is a train car that is made completely of plant life. You and Tim Bacon, if I recall, or Tim Chipmunk,
Yeah.
the young lad,
Yes.
are there. There's a few.
Tommy Chipmunk Tom.
Chipmunk Tom. There's
Chipmunk Tom.
There are a few passengers. There are a few other people milling about.
Chipmunk Tom has been appointed my legal ward by his mother
Yes, for the rest of the train,
for
right?
the rest of the train.
Because it was one less person for her to deal with.
That's it, exactly.
And what are you doing in this train car?
Well, I think I just had the strange experience where I noticed the wealthy guy.
The night.
The night.
That was in the dining car.
Oh.
So I remember you had gone to the dining car. Maybe you had gone to the dining car after the garden car then?
Well, here's what I do. The first thing I do is I try to open or read any of the plants.
In what way can you read plants? Please remind me.
In my backstory, many of the spells and things that I have are actually they're forest. The forest is encoded with them, and
Okay.
I have access to them. So I'm wondering if this is a train car, which looks like a forest. It's entirely possible that some of the precepts that govern this car are the same precepts that govern my house.
Interesting. You start trying to look at the plants, examine the leaves, and look for the patterns that made up this magic that you're used to seeing. Can I get you to make a we're gonna say a difficulty 8. Kind of like a knowledge roll around figuring out, interpreting the magic that is here.
All right. I am going to spend 2 intellect to lower that.
Do you have the secret that would let you spend 2?
Oh, what? What secret?
Normally you're limited to spending 1.
Oh, then I spend 1. I will spend 1, so it becomes a 7.
Okay, so do you have any skills that are related?
Oh, for knowledge, I believe I do. Identifying, understanding, and codifying?
I would say yes to that.
Yes. What about searching?
Sure.
So that's 2 more, so I'm down to a 5. 50-50 chance. I get a 2.
All right. You don't see any of you don't see any of the signs that you would recognize as potential spells or spell imagery.
So at a certain point, I say to Chipmunk Tom, it's really important to shake the plants and then say things into them. It doesn't matter what you say into the plant, but just shake a plant and then say something like...
Sigmund,
What?
stop shaking me!
Hello? I look at the plant. Okay, Chipmunk Tom, don't do that. What's going on?
Don't you recognize me? I was one of your patients.
Oh my god. No, I'm sorry. At the moment, you look very much like a hydrangea.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm actually the car.
Good to see you again.
We were working together on that withering issue.
Oh.
Back in the day.
How did that work out for you?
Well, I got into some, it was withering a lot. It was causing me a lot of problems.
It was serious.
It was really serious. I
had to vacuum after you left.
I know, right? I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
That's okay. It was part of it.
But I mean, your help was really great. The talk therapy really, helped me see that I deserve better.
That's definitely true.
So I started taking some plant food, and that I was buying at the local shop, and I got bigger, and I still have a bit of a withering problem. But I keep taking that, and I went from being the plant person you remember. I got bigger.
You most certainly did.
So, needless to say, my old job didn't really work very well for me anymore. I'm still part of the colony, but the best I could find work-wise was as a train car.
So, are you a hybrid? Are you the car itself, or are you the car with something else?
I'm mostly the car.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I use a lot of root energy to keep the wheels going and get that working. But I mean, I have a guy who comes in every so often, cleans up a bit inside. It's, not uncommon. It's kind of just like what the other cars get. My guy cuts leaves. Your guys sweep, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And so what you're seeing basically is sort of like one of the chairs that you were shaking, right? And the branches have sort of moved aside, and you can kind of make out a face inside the darkness of the chair itself, and it's talking to you through that.
I love this. I'm very happy, and I introduce Chipmunk Tom to Verdant Paul. So Chipmunk Tom, Verdant Paul, Chipmunk Tom.
Hey, Chipmunk.
Yeah, this is my ward for this train ride. What?
Do all humans get wards for the train ride? Is that like a seatbelt?
Oh,
I've never seen that before.
No, I'm just helping out his mom. That's
Oh, okay.
it.
Yeah.
That's too.
That makes a lot more sense.
But he does display tremendous aptitude for this kind of work.
Being a ward?
The
right age.
Being an investigator, being somebody who understands the Visley.
Oh, okay. You don't know, induct him, I guess? Is that the word?
Well, I think he's got a couple more years before he gets inducted, but
Oh, okay.
it's a good start.
Cool. Well, good luck, and, stop shaking my growths.
You know what?
Especially don't teach Chipmunk Tom to do it.
Honestly, I thought I could read you. I thought that there was a potential that you weren't Verdant Paul. I thought you were just inert and plant matter. And I apologize for that
So
supposition.
it's okay to shake inert plant matter?
Yeah, pretty much. Because...
So when I see inert fleshy matter, I can shake it?
Well, it depends where it is.
Because, I mean, people, like, lie here occasionally and just, they become inert. Does that mean I get to, like, shake them?
Do you mind them lying here?
Well, no, not really.
Well, then I'd leave them in peace. But should there be an emergency or something like that, you're welcome to shake them.
I better talk to the supervisor about that before I shake them. But anyways, yeah, thanks.
You're welcome, Vern Paul.
Let me know if you need anything. The plant sort of like slowly starts to slip away. You could probably say something to it before he goes away.
So I say, there was a gentleman that was posing as a member of the staff here. He was dressed all in blue, a slightly lighter shade of blue. Do you know anything about that guy?
Oh yeah,
The assassin.
the ne'er-do-well.
You'll have to refresh my memory on this, please.
Oh, so the guy we met the knight, and we were talking to the knight, and then we noticed that the server who was helping the guy who was serving the knight's the guy the knight was supposed to be
ward.
protecting.
His ward.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not his ward. In this case, it's his, I know, his master or something. Or,
Sure.
Yeah. Was actually, his clothing was different. And then we realized he was trying to assassinate this man. And then he disappeared into the dining car and probably got somewhere in the train.
I can ask around.
That would be great.
I got flowers from they come in here every day and pick flowers, and they put them all over the car. So I got got a network.
Oh, Verdun Paul, I will try to find you some feces or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. Start rub it into my leaves.
I was thinking root systems, but that.
Yeah, that's probably better. Just sort of dump it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Give me an hour or so, and as he closes up, you see this sort of how some flowers will sort of puff.
Yeah.
That sort of happens in the car that you're in, and you actually can see through some of the windows that are there, like the transparent leaves. You can see that the entire car has sort of puffed, and in that puff, the rest of the puff, it's what's been its spores or whatever it is, has just sort of shot back along the train.
Oh wow.
Okay. Tim, how's Arya? What's Arya doing? Tell us about Arya.
Let's see. When last we saw Arya, he had who's that that woman who smelled like death, or she was dead.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead. Okay. We have voluminous robes and a veil. Also smells like death. I tried to see what her head looked like as she was handing her ticket to conductor, but she caught me and told me off because I felt like I was profiling her. And walks off in an offended, aristocratic manner.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So I just kind of left there going, huh. I don't remember what car I was in. I was in the car that was after the sleeper car. So, because me and somebody else had followed her out of the sleeper car.
Yeah, you were in the sleeper car and you sort of headed towards the dining car where she was going.
Right. Let's see. What were the? Did we mark down the types of? Do we know the types of cars that are on there?
Yeah. Well, you've been through most of them. There are 10 passenger cars, 4 sleeper cars, a dining car, a parlor car, which is basically a bar on wheels, the garden car, And then at the end is the light. What you would assume is the luggage cars.
Okay.
And 3 box
And
cars.
3 box cars at the end. Anything past the luggage cars is locked.
And there's a spider car.
Several of the cars have spider legs.
Okay.
They're just regular cars, though.
Okay, so there's 10 passenger cars, 4 sleeper cars.
This world isn't
What
regular.
was after the sleeper cars?
The sleeper car,
There's a
Dining
parlor
car?
car, a
Dining.
dining car.
And the garden car.
bar car,
That's the parlor.
parlor. Oh, right, sorry. Garden car, luggage, 3 box cars.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the dining car. Just
Sure.
grab a meal and observe.
Okay.
It's beginning with inside the car.
Okay. You are the dining car is this impossibly large car for what should be the space that it has to fill. So think very much like a TARDIS.
Okay.
The center of it is sort of this kitchen area, which feels like that would be about the size of a train car by itself. And then there's windows and set up all over the place. For the most part, almost all of the tables have a window view,
Okay.
despite how impossible that would be to actually pull off.
Okay.
What else would you? It's about half full.
Okay. Do I see anybody I reckon? Who's in here?
None of the PCs.
Okay. In that case, I will sit myself down at an empty table. At
You do
nice-
see the what appears to the woman with the mask. She is sitting at a far corner, as far away from anyone as she can.
Okay. Huh. Oh, you know what? I still feel kind of bad for insulting her. So I walk up to her table and I quickly stop without looking towards her face. I kind of like gaze away and like apologize once again for trying to get too personal with my gaze, and offer to buy her a drink as a way of apology.
She does not seem overly interested. Like she barely even looks up to acknowledge that you're there. And basically, I don't need one. Go away.
Okay. So I do. I go away, and I find myself a table to eat at a couple of windows away.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's wait staff will come by to see if I want to place an order.
Yeah, they'll just bring it by.
Okay.
They'll come by. They'll bring you food. They're quite happy to do so.
Okay.
Doesn't take too long. Kevin, you've probably done your dreaming piece. Are you?
I actually, if yeah, I I reach for a candy bar bowl nearby,
Okay.
and I start looking for the PCs so that we can all get together because I kind of want to tell them about my dream.
Okay. It's not.
Oh, yellow is tasty.
I know, right?
What the hell? Yellow is never tasty.
I know they're good, and especially given that they're like Walmart. It doesn't take long to find Tim in the dining car.
Hey,
Because he's sitting
Aria.
sort of in a fairly empty area. Bill, were you heading out anywhere after you met up with the group? Or met up with your plant friend?
There's a brief awkward moment where Chipmunk Tom and I hang out by the toilets and ask people to use a bucket instead. And then we bring that back for Verdant Paul.
What were the name of those grasshopper mischief demons again?
Griggs.
Griggs.
What
okay.
what are you saying to these people as they go to the washroom? They're like, they come to the washroom car and you look like a pen nib and a young child. They're like, excuse me.
Yeah, well, Chipmunk Tom here is doing an experiment. It's for school, and we're required to collect the feces of like 12 different people. So if you just use this bucket, there'll be no further.
I think that's a persuasion roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so too. I'm gonna say it's a difficulty 6, mostly because Chipmunk Tom is trying to help you with this too.
Okay, I got one level of persuasion.
Difficulty 5.
I get, what is that?
9.
That's a 9.
Yeah, 9.
Either way, it's a 9 or a 6. So one way or another, it's higher than 5. It takes a while. Actually, is it a 9 or a 6? Figure that out.
It's a 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Going by how the other ones are.
Okay. It doesn't take long at all. In fact, you happen to pick like a fairly busy section. Are you getting 9 different buckets?
No, we're just...
You're just getting 12 people to shit in the same bucket?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
The difficulty goes up with each attempt.
He rolled a 9.
And then I imagine I have some type of glam which will remove the smell. And we bring it back to the plant car. And then we distribute it liberally amongst the roots.
Spend a not a is it
An
acumen?
interaction?
No, interaction would have made your roll better. The one that lets you just add a die.
Oh, sortilege?
Sortilege.
Sortilege. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, you hate spending sortilege. Basically, you're using minor magic through your sortilege to keep the rest of the bucket appearing empty as more people are filling it. Oh, God. Things you don't want to do in role-playing games. Film at 11. But ultimately, you do get your 12 people worth of poo. And you and Tim the Chipmunk have spread it out throughout the...
Chipmunk Tom, get it?
What am I saying?
Tim the
Chipmunk.
At least I call him Mark. Mark the Chipmunk.
Mark the Chipmunk.
We're the Chipmunks.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
Right.
Ooh. +1 DM point for that.
Don't. He'll only use it against us.
That's right. Oh, sorry.
You do get the 12 people. You go back to the garden car, spread it around. It's going to take at least an hour to pull this off.
I fully believe that. Has the garden car, has Verdant Paul come up with anything from his plant connections?
We will come back to that in a moment. You two are together, Aria and Terminus, in the dining car.
Epidemiologist friend.
Oh, good God. That is brutal. But you know that $20 bill is just soaked with Corona.
Not today, coronavirus.
I know.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're sitting together.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh,
Food has been brought to you.
I was like, you should really try it. These things are called grig kebabs. They are delicious.
Well, at the moment I'm not hungry, but I did have this amazing dream I want to tell you about.
Did it involve these grig kebabs?
Not particularly.
So, okay, so it wasn't a prescient dream, is what you're saying.
No. It was. You know those 4 people that were dressed in black and silver and had that strange clock type symbol on their
The Invisigoths, yeah.
Yeah, we nicknamed them the Invisible Goths or Invisigoths. And I had a dream about them. And because of my forte, my dream helps me learn something new about them.
What's
And,
your forte?
I walk the path of suns, and one of my fortes, level 4, allows my dreams. I can have a dream once per time I dream on a subject of my choice and gain a fact.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that I gained was that they were leading somebody towards a bunch of boxes, and that the next thing I know, I'm flying towards an evil monster of some sort.
Do you have the power of flight?
I do not.
Interesting.
I think this might be that they might have captured somebody and put them in boxes.
In the boxcars?
I'm wondering if we should go explore.
I think those are locked.
As you guys are talking,
Quietly. We're talking quietly.
You might have wanted to specify that earlier in the conversation.
I like pop off one of my Grig Kebab cubes. Give it to you.
What's that?
It's a Grig Kebab cube. Grig Kebab.
Grig kebab. Oh, okay, thanks.
Tastes like chicken.
Chicken! Tastes like chicken.
Like frogs, really, which tastes like chicken.
Tastes like...
Or does chicken taste like frogs?
Oh, well. Thank you.
Which came first?
The chicken or the frog?
As you guys are talking, you're just getting to the end of the conversation. You've talked about the 4 people in black, and how they're dressed, and how they're going to throw someone possibly from a train.
It was all a dream. It was an amazing dream.
You also made a point of saying that you now have the ability to have prophetic dreams as someone who walks the path of suns. So it's really handy that you sort of like spelled that out for the audience. Who happens to be the woman you met and insulted.
Oh.
She has gotten up and walked over.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
She is standing at your table as you guys kind of look up from just as you've popped that Grig Kebab in your mouth.
Yeah?
Oh, and she's standing there. And you're biting down into it, and this woman is covered from head to toe in this veiled headdress. She's got voluminous robes, and this honey. She's got this stank of death about her.
Oh my!
But the smell of honey,
But the smell of like a thick, sweet honey over top of it, like someone's put perfume on. Like they've got bad BO and they've sprayed themselves with Axe body spray. Is really what it would be like. Were you talking about those 4 people in black and silver?
Yes. Do you know them?
I do not know them personally. I know what they are. You must stop them.
Are they up to no good?
They are.
What?
They're here to kill me.
We look at each other conspirationally.
They're here to kill me. Again.
Again? Oh dear.
Really?
They're the midnight cultists. You must stop them.
How would we do that?
Well, you would convince them expeditiously not to kill me.
Oh. And you are...
I am the Duchess.
Oh. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Terminus. This is Aria.
Perhaps you should live up to your name with the cultists.
Perhaps it could be something I take on as a personal... as something to help you, but I would need more evidence that they were... Or some reason why I should pursue this.
Is not your vision evidence enough that they are trying to sacrifice and call forth a powerful evil being?
Well, my vision was somewhat vague.
As most of them are.
True. Perhaps you could let me know if these people haven't...
What are the boxes?
Yeah, what?
Did you just saw boxes and that you were flying towards the boxes? What?
No, I just saw them leading somebody to boxes, like crates.
Okay.
Or box cars. I'm not sure. It was just boxes. and then flying towards a monster, so being thrown off the car. I imagine that's what it was, but dreams being vague as they are, it's hard to say. I find it hard that they've already killed you once. That seems somewhat unplausible.
I am here on the blessing of the Pale Embassy.
Oh. I walk the path of suns. I realize that the Pale is the region that controls life and death.
Then you would know, as someone who walks the suns, that death is just another step in our journey.
True.
I do not know much of these cultists other than what they have done to me in the past.
Well, how did they kill you in the past?
They threw me from a great height.
Oh. Perhaps my dream was your past.
Perhaps. But you spoke of them doing it again. So perhaps this is something they're trying to do while they're on the train.
Oh.
True.
May I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
In your
She
current...
sort of like,
My willingness to answer.
My
is
willing-
not as-
yeah. She
on
seems
your-
resigned that you're going to do it no matter what she says.
In your current state, are you immune from drowning?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay. That's...
That was random.
Yeah, no kidding.
That actually seems.
Oh, he's getting rid of a spell?
I can't.
Oh, it's a spell. It makes a good trap. Orod's Impossible Flood.
Oh.
Make a small area within long range, fill with water over the course of one round. Air-breathing creatures in the area must swim out if possible, or they risk drowning.
Oh. Perhaps if they try and attack you, my friend here will assist.
No, I'm starting to formulate plans for trapping them.
Well,
Trap.
I can tell you the one alternative to terminating them, Terminus. As midnight cultists, they likely would have some sort of item or implement that would be integral to their ritual that they intend to do. Perhaps a dagger or some other item. I don't know what it would be. I'm not that type of cultist. But
Fortunately for you, I know a secret of forbidden knowledge. So perhaps that will assist me in knowing what you're talking about.
okay.
So I'm using
You're
some
not.
sort
Forbidden
not?
knowledge would let you, if you were making a roll to try and figure out what they were doing.
Oh.
So, for
okay.
example, if you got into their room and were searching their room for the one item that they would need to do it,
Yes.
you could spend forbidden knowledge at that point to give you a benefit in the roll.
Okay.
You can't just go, I'm using forbidden knowledge to know something.
Oh, I thought you could. Darn. Okay. Good to know. Well, obviously, I am more than willing to take up your cause.
Me too.
Thank you. Your friend here knows which car I am in.
He does.
I am going to be heading back to my room. I do hope you deal with them quickly.
Yeah, she's in the same sleeper car as I am.
Oh.
She gives you leave of your table and heads out.
Okay.
Well, we should try and gather our forces and perhaps let Sigmund know what's going on.
Off at the back of the car, there's this one woman who, she's been, like, coughing a little bit and is now sneezing horrifically.
Ew.
Coronavirus. No.
Yeah, I was wasn't going there. What do you think, Arya? Shall we try and find Sigmund? Or
Yeah, let's
we've
let's
been
get
rather
the gang together and see if we can come up with a strategy to prevent.
prevent a potential murder.
Yeah, so they want
Okay.
to perform a ritual that will kill her. Is that?
Again, yes, I
Yep.
think.
So is it a long distance ritual, like, or a medium distance ritual, or do they have to be like perform a ritual and then like stab her with a magic knife that will kill her, re-kill her.
And bring forth the demon? Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps if we quietly, I say this to Arya, perhaps maybe if we check out their quarters, we could find a clue.
Yeah, we don't know where their quarters are though.
No, but we could try and figure it out.
Okay.
But I think it's important to try and find Sigmund and his ward.
Okay. Let's meet up with them first.
Okay, so let's check out the cars, see what we can come across.
All right. So we're at the dining car. So all we basically can go back to sleeper and passenger cars, or we can head the other direction to the garden car, parlor car,
Let's head that way.
and luggage cars.
I think we came from the sleeper car area. I think.
Yeah,
going
yeah. The
forward.
dining, the dining car is adjacent to the sleeping car.
And you
areas.
probably know me well enough to know that I constantly travel with animals and that I live in a garden.
Yeah.
I was just gonna go there. Safe to say he's gone to the garden car.
Probably.
Sure.
Knowing Sigmund.
That's also the next car over. So let's give it a look.
All right. You get into the car. Bill,
Yeah.
you have spread the manure around. It's not manure, it's that'd be animal. The feces around. Several people in the car have sort of.
I did use the sortilege to try to.
Yeah, you did sortilege to get rid of the smell and sort of glamour it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have you spread it around the car.
Yeah.
You have shown that what was his name?
Verdant Paul.
Verdant Paul. Verdant Paul will answer one. Okay, so effectively, what you're going to get out of this is one specific question that you can ask,
Okay.
and I will give you 3 hidden knowledge. Keep it separate from regular hidden knowledge, though. This is hidden knowledge that will benefit you while you are on the train.
Excellent.
And in order to ask Verdant Paul, Verdant Paul has given you one fact that is very important that you wanted to know, so that you sort of you've asked him this question. He said, "Oh yeah, this," and he's given you some other bits. So if you have a specific question you want to ask, he'll answer it at any time. You'll have asked it.
So my question is, what are in the 3 boxcars?
Luggage and boxes and cargo.
Why are they locked? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I go beyond
I
that?
mean, I'm not going to make that be your question, right? I mean,
Okay.
the answer's pretty obvious to that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
right? He kind of has to have. There has to be plants in those
Oh,
cars.
there
for
has
him
to be plants in those cars. Okay.
I mean, pretty much every room on the train that public has access to has some sort of flowers in it, or unless they're specifically told not to.
Do these guys meet me before
Yes.
or after?
Yeah, they're going to meet you beforehand.
Okay, then let's say, so the whole car is my ex-patient, and he's agreed to using plant-based communication. He's agreed to look into anything that we want on the train. He has kind of a train knowledge.
Just for the record, this is very amusing, as often is. We have the Watcher, which is sovereign, and it is mysteries on the far side. Now, sovereign cards. There's a special rule for sovereigns.
So, is there anything that we want to ask here? Like, we could ask. You guys have just told me about the Invisigoths.
I would, in a rather conspiratorial tone, somewhat lowering our voices so that in case we're overheard, I would let you know all that has transpired.
Yeah, so we really hope to know what ritual they plan on using to.
Well, we can
kill
only
the
ask.
Duchess.
We can only know what's happening in the car, like the things that
in the train.
in the train, the things that people have actually seen. So we could ask for, say, their location. We could ask
Bingo.
for. We could possibly ask for snippets of their conversation or their plans. Have they discussed any wrongdoing, for example, is something we could ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds great. Are you sure you want to use up?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's good.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we can do that and then like follow them to find out where they're sleeper or where they're staying.
Well, we could ask for location for one.
Well,
No,
he
we
gets
have one
you
question.
do
We only have
one
one question.
one bid question, and then he doesn't use it like secret knowledge.
Yeah.
Ah.
So location would probably be secret knowledge.
Okay.
Location would actually be more of the bid question.
Oh, location of.
Yeah, secret knowledge would be like hidden knowledge, like what Kevin was trying to do.
Okay.
So later on, if you try and make a roll, you can use that to your benefit.
Oh, okay, cool. I think we're going to ask if the Invisigoths, and we describe them black and silver with the two upward arrows, blah 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 blah. If are they planning anything? Have you overheard anything that is?
Okay.
Do they intend harm to anybody on the train?
That's good.
So just for the record, Sovereign is going to give you all +1 to your actions and +2 if your heart is linked to the card.
Oh.
Mysteries.
Mysteries. I am not mystery.
I have mysteries.
So,
I am secrets.
So, in looking out and asking about this, were you able to, you wanted to know if they were plotting anything?
Or intending to harm anyone.
They do seem to be plotting something around someone leaving the train early.
Like, like
And
someone who's planning to leave the train early and they want to do something to them, or they're planning on causing someone to leave the
they're
train
planning to cause someone to leave the train early.
early. Okay.
The flower at their table heard them talking about an early exit.
Okay. That would seem to confirm our suspicions that they are up to no good.
It seems to be something that will be happening tonight,
Oh,
and you guys
Wow.
you have a couple of hours until that's time.
Okay. Do we want to do additional snooping ourselves to see if we can uncover anything?
I'd like to say it wouldn't hurt, but knowing us, it might. I'm sure we could give that a try. Unless do you have anything that's particularly useful in this regard?
Well, we would really have to go and locate.
what color are we?
Sovereign. So nothing is getting enhanced except for the secret of the mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's got +1, and the Mistress has instead +2.
Well, maybe we should go. One of us should go confront them directly.
Yeah, I don't want to tip them off. Or we could tipping them off could spook them and they'll just give up. But
Well, we could go and just chat them up. Let's train.
oh yeah, just like hey, let's shoot the shit with them.
They were really interested in the spider game.
The spider game.
Yeah, it's
That
kind of like
card
a
game.
card game, kind of like chess, but it's what makers play. It's a very elaborate game of cards that kind of simulates chess.
Okay.
So they might be back in that car, playing that game.
Goetics play it, not makers.
Goetics. Sorry.
People with demons.
Hmm.
Do we have a goetic? Is Mike a goetic?
Makers the group's Goetic.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Mike is obsessed with
Summoning.
making bad things into reality.
So what are we doing?
Well, I'm gonna go. I think Termus's idea is good. Let's head back. And which one of us should go over and try to chat him up? Does anyone have knowledge of the spider game?
Nope.
I have a little bit, but only because I've just tried it.
You
I have no skill. Though.
You should probably go over and talk
Oh, okay.
if they're there.
Oh, I could try ask them for a rematch because they beat me.
Oh, so they were actually playing it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's who
One
I
of them was.
One, yeah, I think that's who my opponent was.
Yeah. Well, there was a group of several people playing at the time.
Mm.
The two people who actually knew how to play the game had eliminated everybody else, and then it was basically they eliminated you and the other people that group pretty fast.
Yeah. Oh, let's go back to the game.
Sure. So they're not. They're in the it's the game is in the parlor, and they're nowhere to be seen.
Check the dining car.
You didn't see them on the way through.
Well, it's getting late. We could try and...
All right. I stop a... There's got to be stewards, right?
Yeah, there's thought form stewards and a
Good.
couple
So I
of live
stop
ones.
a thought form steward, and I write on a piece of paper the insignia, and it becomes the insignia
Okay.
of the people, and I say, we found one of these on the floor, and it belongs to 4 gentlemen wearing black, black and silver. Do you know where they are so we could return it to them?
Give me a level 3 persuasion roll.
Absolutely. I have persuasion, so it's a level 2. I get an 8.
All right. Yeah, they the thought form. Certainly, sir. They are in car number 5, in sleeper car 2, room number 5.
Excellent. Thank you very, very much for your help. And I tip him.
Okay. It disappears into its thought form pocket.
2 room 5. Let's go.
Yeah.
Platform disappears, and the currency magically appears in the coffers of the company that owns the train.
Pretty much.
This is not the shadow world. That thought form has a very happy life and pursues probably frog singing.
You sure that's how thought forms work?
No, I'm not at all. But I want to believe that there's no such things as slavery in the Mistland.
Magical constructs that are automaton slaves.
Oh, come on. We know all about... We've watched Blade Runner.
Do thought forms dream of electric sheep? Oh my god, what a great name for a campaign.
Yes.
That would be really fun. I'll have to think about that. So you head for this room.
Mm-hmm.
Is someone knocking on the door? Are you just kicking it open? What are you doing? You don't know.
we-
Anybody
listen.
phase or do anything interesting?
Well, let's listen first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
I
So
can do-
mundane. But yes, let's listen.
There's
I can't because my nibble...
your nibble hit the pen. You'll leave a mark.
Yes. After you.
All right, so I go to listen.
Clunk, 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 clunk up the train.
Okay. If you, one thing I could do,
You could knock.
we could do that, but if you want to, we could attempt some clumsy stealth.
Okay.
Some clumsy stealth. That's
I
awesome.
I like that.
I have a my Watti's quick servant. I can cause a number of small, random nearby objects to fly together, the collection forming a humanoid shape about 4 feet tall. This level 3 construct is not intelligent, but it can perform one task I name in the round, and then the various objects fall back to the ground.
Oh. That sounds...
How are you powering up 2 spells like that?
Oh, no, this isn't how what's powered up. This is what's in my mind, and then I can release them. This one, with my charge up, this one's actually only half the space.
Okay.
So it's actually that's why I have it like this.
I see. Okay.
So this is actually taking up only half its normal space.
That made sense.
All right. But I could do that, but then you can have it like go in there, and assuming that he doesn't get immediately noticed and captured or destroyed, it could look for something We don't know what it would look for. So then maybe not entirely helpful. We have to give it. It's too dumb. I don't think we could say find the unknown thing, but you know what it is when you see it.
Sacrificial item.
Yeah. So that probably is not a good idea. Then I think about it more because it's not smart enough to be.
True, but it does have potential though. If having it form in the room, that way we don't have to open the door.
Is the door locked?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna knock on the door.
You're gonna knock on the door?
Yeah.
Okay. To what?
So if somebody's there, they might.
There's no answer.
There's no answer.
Oh.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. In that case,
So I could make my my quick servant appear from stuff inside the room and then unlock the door
yeah,
from the inside.
that's brilliant.
Is the door locked?
Is the door locked?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will.
Are you spending the sorcery to keep it, or are you gonna let her go?
I'm gonna let her go.
Okay.
So my quick servant is expended. Loose things in the room, like a piece of their luggage and a couple of pillows and whatever, comes together, and its only goal in life is to unlock the door from the inside.
Okay.
So the door.
You hear this. You hear this rattle. Then you hear click, clang,
And everything falls to the ground in pieces again. And we slap
and
it
we
open.
flip over the next card. Ghostly presence. It is enhancing pale and diminishing green, but continues to give an advantage to mysteries.
Ooh.
You open the door. It is a sleeper car, very much like the one you have.
Okay.
You've got a piece of luggage, a couple of sleeping like bolster pillows,
Okay.
three wooden sticks about this long,
All right.
and one about that long.
Okay.
A couple of daggers, and an urn.
I look into the urn. Yeah, I look into the urn. You could steal these things, the sticks, and the daggers, and the urn.
I get the feeling that they've done the. I don't know, just an odd impression I've got.
we're supposed to have some time before they go through this.
Yeah, no, but I was thinking they might have drawn straws for somebody to take, 4 sticks, 3 of which are longer and one of them is shorter.
Okay.
They might have done the draw straws thing.
Okay.
Random thought that occurred to me.
I have a dark thought based on your thought.
Okay.
Is that who's ever carrying the sticks, who's ever carrying the short stick, has to kill the lady.
Bingo. That was what I
And all of a sudden you just go. What?
So maybe we should find the lady as well. Now that we're in the room, we found a bunch of daggers and an urn.
There's other luggage too in there, but that's what you see piled up on the floor,
Okay.
right at the door.
That's what made your servant.
Oh, okay. The servant actually pulled
All those
the urn and the sticks and the daggers. Okay. Or this, yeah.
So I do a quick. Since we already seen what the servant was made out of, I do a quick look around the room for anything else that might be out of place or suspicious.
Okay. There is there's a couple of sheets of paper with like some odd writing on it. There's
Give them the signal.
give them to Sigmund. Okay. There is some basic food stuff, some clothes.
Chipmunk Tom is in the hallway looking for anyone to come in. He's going to warn us.
Okay. You, yeah, it's kind of like standard luggage car stuff. There's some bedding, there's some, a newspaper, a magazine about the train. There's which you have, okay, everyone else has in their car if they had one. You don't. So a lot of stuff in here is new to you. And there's those 2 sheets of paper that I mentioned.
What's on the sheets of paper?
Give me level 4 identifying magic type roll.
I have that, so that's a level 3. I get a 6.
Okay. It is a befriendment spell.
A befriendment spell.
Yeah, if you cast it on someone, they will believe themselves to be your friend.
Is it? Do we know whether it's good magic, bad magic, neutral magic?
Well, all magic is neutral magic. It would be associated with a certain sun. I don't have an exact spell for it.
Could we grab the spell to learn later?
Spell. Huh?
You grab the spell to learn later?
Yeah, certainly.
I grab one.
Well, there's only 2 copies, and he has them in his hand.
Okay.
And in fact, it's like something that's been written down to use, probably from another spellbook, perhaps. You could learn it from the scroll and teach yourself how to do it, but it might take a little time.
No, we just take it.
Take it.
And
I pick it. Well, are we gonna make it obvious that we were here, or are we going to?
I don't see any reason why not.
Okay, then in that case, I'm gonna grab the daggers.
Okay.
No reason for them to have.
What's in the urn? Does anyone have like a alignment detecting thing? Like, it could be that this woman is actually evil and that we're on the wrong course.
Actually, I have a new ability. Make sure I have it. Yes, when I hear a lie, I realize it's a lie.
Wow, that's good.
That would be handy. I can also see through illusions, and I see invisible objects.
Oh, good.
It's my connection to the.
But that's not an always on, is it?
No, I have to activate it. I imagine.
Yeah.
I think there's a depletion. There's a depletion 1 to 0 to 4. So I think when I activate it, I roll a die or pull a card, and if I get 1 to 4, it's not working anymore.
Depletion is just how long it lasts. That's your duration.
Duration from after I activate it.
Yeah. Depletion can be a length of time or an event. Like you have to roll over a certain value or something, or under a certain value. Like if you roll a 0, like a 0 or 1, or sorry, 0 or a 1, then that's the depletion event.
Okay.
Like I have both kinds in my stuff.
Cool. So maybe we should find the woman and A, protect her, and B, see if she's lying.
We know where the woman is, right? She gave us her
She
location.
gave us her location.
Yeah, her
She
car.
didn't actually give you the location. She simply said that he knows where she would be.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought I was referring to where her sleeper car is.
I think so.
'Cause she said
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what she said.
Yeah,
But you know where it is already.
I know which room.
accosted her outside it.
Yeah, because it's in the same car as my sleeper
Why
room.
did you accost her? Or I don't know this.
I-
Never mind. I don't know this,
Didn't
so I
accost
can't
her.
ask.
I was just rude to her. I was inadvertently rude to her in the next room.
Oh.
You opened up the urn
Yeah.
and you looked inside it.
Yes, I did.
I need you to take a despair.
Okay.
Okay.
Gladly.
As you gaze into the abyss.
You are impacted almost at once by a weighty depression and anxiety
Interesting.
that like washes over you as you open it up.
Okay. Because I was formerly a psychologist, do I recognize that this is artificial? Or is it actually linked to something I've experienced?
You know what? Give me a psychology roll.
I don't have psychology. This is not...
We'll say it's a difficulty 4.
Okay.
Anybody want to spend sortilege on him?
No!
Oh, but
I will use a perception for this as well, so I'm lowering it to a 3. Can I use identifying and understanding?
No, because this is not... actually, yes.
So it's a level 2. And I get a 3! Oh, thank God!
Okay, it is not attached to anything that in your past or anything about you. That does not mean the feeling of it is gone.
I totally understand that.
But you do, you don't connect it to like an event in your past or anything that's gone on in the background. And in looking at the urn and sort of the scent that is wafting up out of it, it's almost like a potpourri type smell.
Ugh.
And it would be something that you might put into a therapy room. That would like an
evil Bed Bath and Beyond scent.
Well, all Bed Bath and Beyond scents are evil, so I can't really say that. I'm not saying Bed Bath and Beyond is evil. Simply the smells that come from their stores.
Oh, there goes our sponsorship! No!
No, but it would be more like something you would have in your office while you were talking with a patient in therapy.
Sure. Aromatherapy.
Aromatherapy type effect.
Gotcha.
Only this might have absorbed some of whatever their patient was dealing with.
Okay.
The other part of it is that why you got that identifying bonus is that you actually notice some markings and some etchings on the inside of the urn.
Okay.
That associate it with an organization called the Church of Midnight. Now, the Church of Midnight is kind of overt in its nature. Okay? Like, they're obvious. They know what they are. They don't hide what they are to any great extent. So, like most cults and sects of demon worshippers and dark god faithfuls do so in secret.
Sure.
They hide who they are. They don't pretend they're something. They pretend they're something else. Whatever the case is, the Church of Midnight they operate in the open. They welcome any who might oppose them into their temples, so they can share their truths. Right? So imagine, I don't know, like an evil...
Mormon.
Sure, Mormon. No, not Mormon. Damn it, there's our sponsors gone. Like a standard public church.
By the way, if you need a copy of the Book of Mormon, we'll be happy to send one. Just send us a text with the...
Just send a text to... Let me find someone's number here. They're basically, they have such strong faith in their beliefs that they have opened the doors to the public, and they will, you don't believe in that Lord Beelzebub it should be our savior and our Lord? Come into our church, we'll show you why you're wrong.
And who do they worship?
They worship evil gods, what are generally considered evil gods or dark gods. There's not necessarily one in particular that you're aware of.
I agree.
Well, now we know who you saw in your dream.
In addition to this, they also embrace the needs of the depressed, the anxious, and the suicidal, offering free counseling and outreach to those who have need, and even have magical assistance or drugs that can help them cope. They are an enigmatic group of demon worshippers.
They're an enigmatic?
Enigmatic.
What's that? How do you spell that?
Enigmatic. Group of
Enigmatic?
Enigmatic group of demon worshippers.
Thank you. Oh, psychologically distressed. Well, this sounds like my kind of people.
Except they're more evil.
Well, we don't know how evil Sigmund is.
It's true.
Let's not say more evil, less evil. I think that's a judgment.
Yeah.
On the same time, let's take a 5-minute break while you guys finish, so I can pee.
Okay.
Yay! By the way, if you do it in this bucket, the nitrogen is really good for the.
Can you pass me the key back there, Cliff? I think.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're talking about the wonderful world of coloring and comic books for a few moments on break. But we will get back to our game here. So you guys have looked around the room. You grabbed the daggers, Terminus?
Yes, I grab the daggers, I inspect them, and I put them away.
What do you mean by away? Like in your coat?
I hide them in
Okay.
my rather long black.
Your Highlander Immortal jacket?
Yes.
They are clearly ceremonial daggers. They are marked with insignias that do represent the Church of Midnight, which Sidmund Bacon can easily identify.
Are they sharp or are they?
Oh,
just
yes.
Dead. Oh, okay. Then no, bad cultists.
They are exceedingly sharp. Yes.
Not just
Tim?
ceremonial.
Tim, is there anything you want to do in this room before...
Okay.
Ceremonial daggers, by the way, are often sharp. They're
I know.
Ceremonial daggers are not sharp.
They can be. It depends
Real
on what...
daggers are sharp.
I think it depends.
The
on
whole point
where
of being
you're-
ceremonial is it doesn't actually do its function.
fair enough.
Sometimes the function is the form for ceremonial dagger.
Is it?
Yeah.
If it's actually meant for sacrificing, then
I thought
think
that
it- I think
calling
we're-
something ceremonial, and this is totally meta at the moment, but I thought that calling something ceremonial meant that it didn't fulfill its function. So
I thought if
a ceremonial
of it-
dagger wouldn't be a legitimate
I
dagger.
just it just like has like a lot of
I-
extra filigree and stuff on it.
Yeah, I think in this particular case I'm using the term ceremonial as in the fact that it would be used for ceremonies,
ceremonies.
as in magical ceremonies, perhaps.
Yeah.
Instead of the ceremonial in the sense that, the rifles guards carry in a spot where, they really, like, a drill team's rifle
Yeah.
isn't a real rifle. It's a ceremonial
Or the-
rifle meant for spinning and
The
stuff.
wooden swords that they
Yeah.
use for kendo.
Yeah, that would...
Well, I grabbed those sticks.
Okay.
The four sticks. Three are one size, one was slightly smaller.
Sure.
And it's like I just toss them away here.
Okay.
How big is the urn? I'm not grabbing that.
Okay.
Oh,
You hear-
let's flip the mattress.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's toss
Oh
the
wait, we
plates.
hear what?
You hear...
Chipmunk Tom?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what sound he'd make. Caw, caw, caw!
Oh guys, gotta go. It's Chipmunk Tom.
Right at time.
So we're gonna come out of the room as they show up.
Are you flipping the mattress?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'll flip it. You
Okay.
go first.
Okay. Oh. It's like,
I'll go
damn it,
second.
what are you doing, Sigmund? Oh, help.
What spell did I
I
get
stand
as
out.
well?
I go out.
A befriendment spell. It doesn't have a proper name.
Right,
You haven't taken the time to learn it yet.
right.
I'm
I've got it.
There's a cost for learning it. You have to spend like probably not a crux. It's one of the other. It costs something.
Acumen?
Yeah, it probably
Acumen.
costs acumen to learn it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I step out in the hallway and assist Tom.
You see, at the end of the hallway, there is a woman being led by a thought form towards one of the cars. She has her eyes bandaged and a large tattoo of an eye on her forehead.
Wait, she's one of who's she?
She's one of the people we saw earlier.
Yeah, she's one of the NPCs.
An NPC.
I'll lean back and say, the woman with the tattooed eye on her forehead is being led away by a thought form. Should we investigate?
No.
Okay.
You,
Although her third eye tattoo is covered with a blindfold right now.
no,
No,
her
eyes
eyes,
are
her
covered.
regular eyes.
Her regular eyes are covered with. Okay.
So
So you,
I stand guarding the Thomas.
okay. The thought form leads the woman past you and into one of the rooms.
Okay. I'll just let him go.
Do you
What's
say like
under the
you say
mattress?
like good evening or anything or
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You just flip the mattress off the wall.
Okay.
You doing anything else in the room or just taking off?
Check the luggage.
There's 2 bags for the 4 of them. One bag is a set of several sets of robes, all in the same style and fashion that would fit them. And the other bag, as you're flipping through it, is a bunch of small, looks like mass-produced or cheaply printed books for the Church of Midnight.
Okay.
And some like notices announcing a ceremony that they are planning to host, or services that they are planning to host in the town of Carmanth.
Okay.
Which you would recognize that name as one of the first town you'll be stopping at sometime tomorrow.
I do recognize that.
Does it say what services they'll be providing?
They'll be having some services. They'll be having open door therapy sessions for those in need. Counseling group services. Basically, it looks like they've rented out a couple of hotel rooms.
Okay.
And will be on hand for a week, offering their free services that they would normally offer in larger cities. Almost like these guys are, I'm forgetting the word. Not emissaries.
Missionaries?
Missionaries, thank you.
And so, how evil are these guys supposed to be?
They absolutely worship evil gods. So they're evil. But they're kind of like Anton LaVey and the Satanists in our world.
Okay.
They're openly
Satanists.
They're openly Satanists.
Is Anton LaVey still alive?
Yes, he is. There's a documentary about him on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Do they actually... Are they known for actually killing people?
No.
Not
In the game.
Sorry, just to clarify, are we talking about Anton LaVey and the Satanists, or are we talking about the Church of Midnight?
Church of Midnight.
There are rumors that they do ceremonial sacrifices,
Okay.
and that they offer sacrifices up to their dark gods.
Okay. It's like I'm just wondering if she's like a depressed mental patient who killed herself, and she blames them for her death.
It could definitely be that.
Oh. Are we
But,
pushing these away?
Yeah.
It could be pretty much anything, because we don't really know the truth. We just know what she's told us, and we know what they're like, and
Yeah.
it's like we can play this out. And we're gonna see what happens.
You should definitely use your ability on her. That's become incredibly important.
All right,
Let's
so
go do that.
all right, so we put the room back in order.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel like being mean to them just yet. We've
Okay.
we've taken away some ceremonial implements of importance.
At this point, you've got, as you start to put the room back together, you're like putting the mattress back on. You hear caw 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 caw, and it's out in the hallway. And at the door are the 4 ceremonial cultists that have just walked in, and they're looking at this boy standing next to this large man in a trench coat, who probably looks somewhat intimidating.
Somewhat.
I mean, you have a lot of physical stats, don't you?
Yes. I have a small little square.
You have a small little square of physical. What's that one?
Physicality, yeah.
Physicality.
Yeah, you're a big boy, aren't you?
I am.
They're like.
All right, so we skedaddle.
You hear one of them
Close the door.
shout back.
No, we step out and we say,
One of the midnight Church of Midnight members is shouting, "Porter! There's a boy in trouble here!" and a couple of the others are looking at you. One of them is sort of dropped into this, boy, come here! You'll be okay. We won't let him hurt you.
I think they're distracted.
yes, I think they're distracted.
Okay, so we close the door behind us.
Are you trying to stealthily come out?
Or,
Sure, we'll
but
try to stealthily come out.
Just like-
yes.
nonchalantly come out,
of
Slide
their
the door.
room. Okay.
Do we need to stealth?
We are going to need to make a roll here, but I want to know what Kevin's doing here to try and block their.
I'm trying to block the view.
Just inhale, Kevin.
You're just like,
And I'm going to try and look.
Just reveal your huge armament.
Actually,
My
if one goes over this way, you're kind of like, lean over a little further that way.
Okay. I'll
I
give
lean
you.
towards the door.
Okay, so I will say that it's a level 5 difficulty because that's
Okay.
the level of them. Not for you, Kevin.
Okay.
You are giving them a bonus to their
Okay.
not Certilage. Oh my god, I hate all the words for this game.
Bene.
Bene to their roll.
Okay.
Are any of you spending Certilage?
Can I use? I'm not sortilege, but can I use a movement to
You can.
lower it to a 4?
So it's a 3 because
now.
you're getting a +1 from him.
I got a 9.
A 9. All right.
Sweet.
Clonk.
I will use a sortilege.
Okay, so you get 2 dice, and you are trying to beat a 4.
Okay. Nope. 0 and a 3.
Is that a 0 on your? Oh, it is too. That is a 0 on your sortilege die.
Yeah.
Yet again, more proof why you should never spend sortilege.
I was trying extra hard to sneak. Like, no, I got to concentrate on this.
The
Kidmanto! Where? Oh, there you are!
at this point, remember those 3 hidden knowledges that you got from the
Yes.
plant and the communication that you had with the
Yes.
plant? Unfortunately, actually no, 'cause this would have already taken you would have already gotten that information from what he told you in the first place, so this won't work.
That's my stomach. Anytime I eat junk food now.
I will say that the area around you, you're allergic, aren't you?
I am. It's all right.
Come on.
I was running Call of Cthulhu for Scott, and it just basically Scott Noxie just lived in my lap the whole day.
The wood in the compartment around you sort of is now gnarled and sort of withered,
Okay.
and in doing that, that is when they see the
Wait, the wood?
the wood in the compartment,
Okay.
like on the walls and stuff.
Did it just gnarl and wither?
Yes,
Oh, Jesus.
from the sortilege.
Oh, okay.
And the carpet that was around you was kind of blackened and gone moldy.
Oops.
What the hell ability do you have, Tim?
Well, it's a magical effect, right? It's just a magical side effect to his use of sortilege. And you,
Magical stinker is what happened.
yeah, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing in our room?" One of the Church of Midnight members goes rushing down the hall, heading towards you, Kevin.
Your
He's
room.
going to go past you to try and get at Tim, which is the one they saw come out of the room.
You still got that little thing?
Which little thing?
The little sigil?
Which little sigil?
Never
The
mind.
one that you made when you showed the thought form you created the little symbol of their cult.
Oh, that? Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Well,
Whoa.
yeah, no, that's going to stay around.
Yeah, until you get something else.
Yeah.
And I said, we found this. Is this yours?
Give me a level 5 persuasion check, young man.
Not using sortilege.
Are you sure? Are you
I'm
spending any bennies? Do you have
I
any
don't know.
skills that are related?
Are we pulling any cards for the
Oh, we
event?
should pull a card for this.
See if I get lucky.
It is the Assassin.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Well,
that is
you.
like literally your card, isn't
Yes.
it?
It is.
Is that the card you picked when we did character creation?
Actually, no. That one was the
Okay.
the Messiah,
So it is an adept card.
the defender,
I believe that would be
You okay?
the assassin. That is my card.
hold on. So that is a mystery. So it'd still be Tim.
Oh yeah, wait a second.
I know you like me.
We still on mysteries? I had +2 to my rolls.
Ooh.
Oh!
I forgot about that.
Well, unfortunately, we've moved on.
Yeah.
And your swordledge still would have happened anyways.
Oh, the base
So,
value still would have been
and we
0.
play another card because it is an adept.
Oh.
The lucky coin. So we are now into... What's that one? Notions.
Ah, yes, lucky.
It is
Notions.
enhancing silver and diminishing gold magic. And you are getting a +1 off that.
Yes. I'm going to get a +1 for notions.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So, it is a level 5 difficulty. Persuasion. Are you spending any bene?
I'll use 1 for my intellect,
You miscalculated there.
and I'll so that brings it down to a 4.
It just jumped
From a
headbutted
notion,
into his
it comes
crotch.
down from 1,
and
so
the
it's a
table
3.
ledge underneath.
Okay.
There's not enough room to get through.
So we're going to go for a 3.
Yep.
God, son of... I think he's hanging upside down.
5.
From the
Okay. Yeah, that is ours, sir.
Well, we were trying to return it to you, but
The door was
We'd
open,
opened.
and
It
But
looks like- it
confusingly,
looks like-
you weren't in there.
it looks like you've been robbed.
A couple of the guy I was running past to stopped dead in his tracks. 2 of the others are rushing into their room where the gnarled wood is, and they're like, "Oh my god!" So Gwen is trying to help Bill in playing the game here. For those of you who haven't met Gwen likes to climb up into people's laps.
Not jump.
Not
climb.
jump, climb. So she'll dig her claws in and just climb up your leg.
yep.
And
she's not small.
And she's not small, and she's quite good at climbing. That's why she's Spider Gwen.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. We were going to call her something Star Wars related, or like female princessy, I think, at one point. And then we watched her climb up and down an ottoman that was on its side. So she was like climbing 6 feet, and it was like...
And this poor Turkish man had no idea what was going
No
on.
kidding. For one thing, where do you find a 6-foot tall ottoman?
In a public bath.
That's very true. Which is really odd since we brought the cat to it. So...
Look out.
No!
No. Leave poor Tim, Bill. Leave poor Bill
So you've got 2 of them have rushed into their room and they're like, "Oh my god, it's been tossed, right?"
Actually, no, it had been straightened.
You were starting to straighten,
Okay.
but it looks like it's been tossed mostly at this point.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh my god, our room's been tossed." They
And I say there's a lot of prejudice against people that are, there's a lot of prejudice against different beliefs and faiths. I'm a counselor. I can help you if you want to talk about it.
Oh, we would. No. One of them kind of. He's about to open his mouth, but then stops, and the other one sort of looks at him, and the one who was doing the talking in the first place is, we are counselors as well, but we may take.
I've heard your group is Church of Midnight, right? You guys do excellent work with people who are distressed. I think you've probably stopped numerous suicides.
We take great responsibility in that, since very few others are willing to.
Yes.
While this one is talking, one of the one guy who hasn't really done anything was standing at the door, has gone straight to Chipmunk Tim.
Yeah.
And is knelt down beside him and is kind of like making eye contact with him.
And I say, Tom. I say, Tom, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. And the young man, the man he's talking to in the black robes, or that's about to talk to him, is very much. You can hear what he's saying, and it's very.
He's not spellcasting?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
He is asking questions, and you would recognize this as a practice from your own work.
Yep.
Are you okay? The way you'd ask a young boy if they were okay, especially with a potential attacker in right by him.
Yep.
All right, so they're asking pointed questions that aren't necessarily pointed, If that made sense,
Sure,
they're asking questions that would lead them to know that he is okay with Terminus, right?
Yes.
The ones that are in the room, check it very quickly. Until they find the silver urn. Once they find the silver urn, they calm down. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm just going to go stand by
By Chipmunk Tom.
Tom just in case.
Yeah. No, there's no spell casting going on. They're making sure he's safe.
Good.
And then they, well, thank you for letting us know. We'll speak with the train porter about this. And they step into their room and close the door behind them.
Okay, so we have a day before that spell wears off on that sigil. But it's just going to become a piece of paper, so they probably won't recognize it as anything else.
Which sigil?
The the symbol of the cult that Bill created.
Yeah.
Okay. What was on it though?
It was literally, it's a piece of paper, but as soon as you look at it, you see it as what I've written on it.
What did you write on it besides the sigil?
I wrote Church of Midnight Sigil or whatever.
Okay. So it looked like you were carrying letterhead?
Average human mask.
Yes, exactly.
And
Interesting.
Wouldn't work that way.
No, but I'm curious. That's very interesting. Now, I never even thought of that connection to my abilities.
you could put like a mask and just put human,
Human!
and then walk down the street and people.
No. But whoever gave them the masks is like me.
Yeah.
Oh no! On your clothes, you could just like staple a piece of paper that says "Church of Midnight Robes."
Yeah, that's
I just thought of
exactly what I can
something.
do.
I almost want to make a character like with your forte that's dyslexic.
Oh my god!
That would be amusing.
That would be. But
Would it be?
But it would.
It would get It would get really tiring fast.
No, it's fine because that would be how he understands it. So the magic would continue to work normally.
Probably to an extent.
No.
No. Apparently Gwen disagrees. So we are at 9:15 at this point, guys. It's normally at our stop time. Are people wanting to keep going a little bit longer? Do we want to call it a night?
I think it's
I think we're at a good spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
I just really want to talk to the woman.
Okay, let's talk to the woman then.
You know, so that we're some sort of resolution as to what's going on might occur.
Okay.
Or maybe just try and find her, make sure.
Well,
she's
you
okay.
know where she should be. She said she was heading to her cabin, and that he knew where it was.
Let us
And
go.
she's concerned about the Church of Midnight people. Definitely go talk to her.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, caution, you're going to have to phrase this question in such a way as there's no doubt, because she can honestly believe, if they were assisting her and she still committed suicide, she can honestly believe that their actions were bad for her, and she won't be lying at all.
It's true.
Okay,
So
ask them
you're-
how are they responsible for your death?
Well, more.
There we go.
How? Yes. Sure. Sounds good.
But, yeah, okay.
No, we can add to it.
Because I'm sure Cliff could just say, they assisted my suicide.
Yeah.
And that would be legitimate.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so he's been told where the room is.
Shall we go?
Are you going by yourself?
I'm going with these guys.
Okay, so you're dragging them along. So
I'm
it's sort of a group
hopefully-
scene. Okay.
Hopefully, dragging them along.
All right, so let's flip some cards over, see what we get. Ooh. The Doctor.
no, really.
It is a Nemesis card, and it is Visions. As a Nemesis card, because I can't find my blade, I will tell you that it is a Nemesis, and a Nemesis card... -1 to all actions, unless your heart is associated with Visions, in which case it is -2.
I think you could honestly say, describe what they did to you the first time.
I want to say, did you agree to them as helping you commit a suicide?
Yeah, of course. Like if she's depressive and deluded, she would say yes, and she would be telling the truth.
Sure.
But if you say describe what they did to you the first time, we would understand the parameters of what's legal and not legal or safe in the Vizsla world. So,
Okay.
Bard, I polymorph myself into a bird and fly the cart over the wall. Party. DM rubs his temple. What type of bird can lift an entire wooden cart? The Bard. It's easy. A crane.
God.
A D&D dad joke.
I know, right? What could be better?
so Caleb is running a
Numenera game. Are you playing in it?
I am.
Oh.
And at one point, someone used a wish disc as a cipher, and they said, I wish we were all 8 of us were at the other side of this, and it compressed the space from where we were to the other side. And there was a city.
Oh no!
And it also stretched all of reality on the other side. So I found a hallucinogenic flower that was actually like 12 feet long, and I would unfold it in these apartheid sections because I abuse alchemy. And so I am basically I'm Timothy Leary.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. I love Numenera. It is very high on my list of games I want to get back to.
Me too.
So you arrive at her room, and she is sitting there. She opens the door for you. The room clearly has this heavy, oppressive smell of death to it. And it is very difficult to stand in the room.
Would you like me to? Are you aware of there is a certain odor?
You mean the honey?
Yes, the honey.
It's not quite as effective as I'd hoped.
I can fix what the honey's trying to mask. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, please. Actually, that would be quite kind. Is this a spell?
Yeah.
Cleansing. With a conjured shower of silver vapor, I rid a closed creature of dirt, grime, sweat, as well as poison, disease. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's cool. The silver vapor flows out of him and just sort of washes across the entire space. And by the time it's done, it's gone from this like shiny silver to this gray, like dark gray. And then it just sort of like washes out through a small open window that she'd been trying to use to clear the room.
Cool.
You do notice right away that the plant that was in this room, the flower, is dead.
Interesting.
And it was dead before you cast your cleansing spell and such.
Okay.
She was the countess?
The Duchess.
Duchess. Gosh, write that down.
Probably useful.
I was hoping you had a moment, Duchess, and so that you might answer some questions for me.
Most certainly. What can I do for you, gentlemen? I do appreciate you picking up my cause. I assume this pen is with you?
Yes. Let me introduce Sigmund.
Pleasure. Thank you for taking care of that.
Oh, no problem at all.
My comrades and I have actually encountered the cultists of the Midnight Church.
Oh, did you terminate them?
Well, there was no opportunity, and plus we still are assessing the potential threat.
Well, they're going to throw me from the train, I'm sure of it.
And I turn on my detect
Your detect liability?
My detect liability, level
Okay.
5.
Okay.
It has a depletion of 0 to 4, whatever that means.
I mean, it stays on until it should say like how often.
How
you have to
often
test.
do you have to test that?
It says I get 1 die. It doesn't say how often I have
Well,
to
there
test.
should be a card.
Where's it from?
It's
from your
from,
forte.
it's from the key.
I've got it here.
I was looking at it earlier.
Walks the path of suns. Understands the world. Walks the path of suns.
Yeah, it's
Blue
P.
dream?
Uh, Blue.
Indigo the truth.
Yes. Indigo
Each
is-
hour.
Each hour.
No, so you
So
have.
you have an hour of asking questions, and then every hour you have to make a d20 roll, and on a 0 to 4 the spell will end.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how depletion works. Okay.
So I got it for an hour.
Yeah. I can see invisible things, visible and hidden things, and I can sense when I hear a lie. Okay. So the first thing you would tell, is since you can see through hidden things, and looking at her, you can tell she is dead.
Oh.
The Duchess is a corpse.
Right.
Or a ghost per se, right? She has got something masking to keep the clothing around her and hide who she is.
Okay.
As for they're going to throw me from the train.
Yeah.
It does not appear to be a lie.
She totally believes.
She totally believes that that's what they're going to do.
Do you mind informing my colleagues as to your first encounter with the Church of Midnight?
I was once a member,
Uh-huh.
and in my time with them, I was a sacrifice in a ritual,
Ah.
and
Were you willing? I'm sorry, I have to ask the question.
yes.
Okay.
I felt it was for the best of the church.
And something.
Did you now regret that decision?
Well, I am now living in the pale sun, and fortunate enough to travel back in this way myself. It is a rare thing for us to return, but I wish to be able to resume and finish my business, and I'm sure they're going to throw me from the train as soon as they realize who I am, if they haven't already.
So it's the church's intention to keep people who've been to the Pale Sun under the Pale Sun.
Well, I was sacrificed by them once. For me to come back is to dishonor their sacrifice.
Oh, okay.
Really? I mean, what the purpose of the sacrifice was for you to give up your life. You haven't returned to life. Your life is still given.
That would certainly be one way to view it, yes.
So
I'm not saying that is a wrong interpretation. I just don't believe it is theirs.
Okay.
But for a sacrifice to be successful, they'd have to sacrifice somebody living. You no longer qualify.
Excuse me. Why are you being a lifist?
A vitalist.
A vitalist, yeah.
Vitalist. Sorry. I guess the question just needed to be asked.
I don't see why you would need a living sacrifice. I mean, my death would be a sacrifice like any other. Or my re-death, I suppose.
Oh, okay. I think some would argue the point.
Well, they'd be wrong.
Okay.
Or racist, or, well, vitalist, I'm sorry.
Vitalist.
Good point. Good point. Is there any other information you could tell us about your association with the church that would aid us in preventing either yourself or somebody else unknowingly being sacrificed?
A lot of the details of my time at the church are lost to me as part of the original sacrifice. I don't recall everything there. Give me a I don't want to say deception because you're not really being deceptive.
Persuasion?
Yeah, let's say persuasion, because I mean you're clearly you're asking questions because you're questioning her about what her motives are in this, and I want to see how much of that she's picking up on.
Okay.
And I assume you want her not to pick up on it. It would be a level 5 challenge.
Level 5?
Yeah.
And we're currently...
You are currently in...
Is it...
Plague Doctor.
The Doctor, it is a nemesis, so -1 to all actions, so that would make it a 6 unless you have visions as your
I do not have
heart.
visions. I have whatever that is.
Notions.
Notions. I have notions.
So it would be a 6.
Okay. Can I spend an intellect?
You could.
And
You could even spend a sortilege if you want.
I want to spend a sortilege.
Oh God.
Sure.
Just because... Now, let me get this straight. If I get a 6 with the sortilege but not the other one, I'm still successful.
Okay. If you get a 6 on either dice, the result will be that she believes you.
Okay.
If you get a 0 on the sortilege die,
There's a...
It's a critical fail.
well, no. If you get a 6 on the sortilege die, there is a negative magical effect to what you did. There is a magical backlash. You can still be successful in your initial roll, but there is that backlash effect.
What's the advantage of using sortilege?
You get 2 dice to try and beat your target number.
Okay, then I'm going to try and do that.
Yeah, it's not as bad as straight failure.
My sortilege is an 8,
No,
Okay.
you're. Oh, that's your sword.
Yeah, the crystal die is always the magic die.
apparently.
So that's
And
so the other one is a 2, so you don't
two
care.
do.
Is it don't care?
So I would have normally failed,
But because you
I
spent the
used
sortilege, you do get success on it. Okay,
and
so
I
she's,
didn't roll a 0, so I didn't backlash.
Okay. She's not.
My blue is my sortilege.
She's not. She's not thinking
your
you guys
ring.
are going to double cross her or anything. She's like, look,
Trying to write the little
I
square
really,
grids here.
I need you guys to stop them. I know what I'm saying doesn't make a lot of sense to living beings like yourself.
You understand it's just difficult for us to act on something that hasn't occurred yet.
I understand that, but I mean, I'm asking you to act to prevent something from occurring.
We could stay here with you.
I could guard you.
Yeah.
Or do we? I mean, they're going to throw me from the train. I'm sure of it.
Well, why don't we just stay here with you? Especially if it's going to happen tonight, because as long as we're here, we will ensure that this doesn't happen.
Do they know you're on the train? Like, have you?
I'm sure they do. They've seen me.
Okay. You know what? They're very honest and to the point and proud of their religion. You just ask them. It's like, what do you do if you encounter someone who's
I could
back
go
from
do
the
that.
house?
Actually, I could go do that because it's very much my field. Like, I've already made the association with them that we're both helpers.
Yep. So you want to ask them?
Sure.
Do you want?
I'm sure. I feel like they wouldn't necessarily. They wouldn't really lie about that sort of thing. It's like, well, we would do this. As in, why wouldn't we?
Do you have any problems with me confronting them directly?
I don't want to endanger you more than I have to. More than
don't
you have
worry
to.
about it.
All I really want is for you just to make sure they don't throw me off the train.
Clang, clang, clang. I've got a pen nib.
It is mightier than the sword.
It is. Fear not.
Okay.
Okay. Jesus. I'm doing this.
Sure.
So I go knock on their door. Are they there?
Wait. Do you go by yourself, or do you bring one of us, or both of us? I think we should leave one person back to guard.
I think we should leave more than one person back to guard, quite
Okay.
frankly, because I'm concerned that whatever is going to happen abruptly, and then we're going to have to deal with it. If she's right, and based on your dream, it could be like an instant magic battle that needs all hands on deck.
Okay. I'm just afraid that somebody else is going to get thrown from the train.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Okay. There is no answer at the door.
There's no answer at the door. Can I use some of my hidden knowledge to know where, if somebody was going to perform a ritual, what part of the train would somebody like secrete themselves in?
Secret? Sure. Give me. So basically, what you'd be doing then is making a knowledge roll. It would be a difficulty 3. You're spending one of those hidden knowledges, so make it a difficulty of 2.
Okay. I got a 3.
Okay. If you were wanting to do something, then you did not want to be found out. your best bet would be to go to the luggage cars or one of the box cars.
Done.
Now, you do know that those cars are generally locked.
It's okay. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
So I go back to the car where they are.
Yep.
And I say, I'm going to go check to see if they're performing a ritual. I'm going to do this alone unless someone wants to come with me. I'm concerned that whatever happens, we have two options. We can actually bring her with us, and thus we can all protect her, but we might endanger her more, or we can split the party and...
No, you didn't specify that you were taking this conversation away from her.
We're not.
So, I will lock my cabin. Your young ward can stay here and guard me.
I'm sorry, I can't leave my young ward here.
And I will...
Although he is a mighty chipmunk, he does not have his chipmunk powers yet.
I will pay each of you a mage coin to protect me and stop these people from throwing me off the train.
Okay.
But you must go now to stop them from doing this. I'm sure something is going to, that, they're prepping for it right now, and that this is the time, right? This is the time that they would cast this type of thing.
Okay, I'll go with you to look for them, especially if they're in a car, because I can stop them in their tracks from doing any sort of casting or functioning.
Done.
I'll stay back.
You'll stay back here.
Guard.
Chipmunk
In the
Tom, things are going... Shit's hitting the fan, kid. I need you to go to your
I thought
mom.
we were putting that in the bucket.
No, that we've already done that. It was a good spread technique. I like that. Very creative thinking. So can you go to your mom and tell her that you'll be staying with her tonight, and then I need you to do something really important, and I need you to come and check on us in the morning. And if we're not there, I need you to alert the authorities.
Or stay with the night.
I
They still stay with his mom or stay with the night?
No, he's going to stay with his mom.
Okay.
I can get back to my mom. That's no problem.
Okay.
Is that real?
I have no idea. It is a no. It doesn't look like it's real. It looks like it was just added.
It's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic first aid military card, and it's the written label is a new single card expansion has come out for pandemic. Toilet paper hoarder.
Awesome.
For one action, take all of the toilet paper from the city you are in. For another, why not grab the hand sanitizer too? All right. So,
Should we stop there?
That's
do we want to? Okay. So I just want to clarify. At this point, the two of you are going. Why don't? Yeah. All right. The two of you are heading to the luggage car to stop the Church of Midnight cultists. You are in a car with the.
I make a quick note on a piece of paper and I hand it to him.
What does it say?
It says, "There's a very good chance that this woman is death and that she's going to kill you."
Wait. Don't you make things come true when you write them down?
Only if I'm using magic to make that true.
So, all right, we will be back in 3 weeks, sadly, to find out how this ends.
Can you say cliffhanger?
No, that's what we say on Thursdays.
I know.
But anyways, this coming Thursday, we are back to play more Tales from the Loop. We have finished our My Little Pony game, and we hope to see you joining us on Thursdays. Have a great day. Thanks for joining.